And we need to recognize that, and he deserves to be seen, and he deserves a mega fight. This is why we look at Dana White, and we love the UFC so much, because of what Dana White has meant to it. Because the number one gift that Dana White brings to the table, that he will make sure that if you want to see a fight, if the public at large wants to see a fight, he will prioritize making sure you get to see that fight. That's Dana White. The promoters have hijacked boxing, and as a result, they deny us the opportunity to see these great guys in mega fights, and it's a damn shame. That's why Jake Paul is so relevant.
I don't think he's actually retiring, but it's a smart move by him.
Terence Crawford was ducked at 135. He was ducked at 140. He was ducked at 147. Then after leaving 147, he beats Canelo. Now he's the man. He finally got to I'm the number one draw in boxing status, and he never fought. If this retirement stays, he'll never fight again afterwards. It's tough because at 38 years old, that's when he reached that peak. If he fought for another 3 years, maybe we could have that conversation, and I think it'd be undisputed. I do think
when Terence Crawford announced his retirement, the boxing world was shaken to its core. Fans, analysts, and fighters are still divided over his decision. Some argue he walked away too soon, believing he still had more to prove. But legendary boxer Andre Ward isn't having any of it. Ward fires back, saying that anyone questioning Crawford's legacy simply doesn't understand the sport. In Ward's eyes, Crawford has already achieved everything a fighter could dream of and owes the world nothing. Meanwhile, StephenASmith drops a savage reality check, exposing the broken system of boxing and why it desperately needs to change.
I've never seen nothing like this in the sport of boxing. If you see responses from fans, they don't even argue who's better anymore. They're arguing who's the A side and who's not. Who's a draw and who. Y'all don't know a left hook from a fish hook, and you talking about who's the draw and who's the A side. That's the point that I'm making. It's not about proving. When you say young fighters don't want to prove, and there's still a few out there, and I think the Terence Crawfords of the world, I think he's one of the last of a dying breed. When you say prove, question is prove to who? Because if I can prove to my 500, 1 million, 2 million, 4 million followers, as long as they believe that I'm a...
Boxing fans can't get over the fact that Terence Crawford retired too soon, craving matchups with their dream opponents. But Andre Ward isn't having it. He drops a bombshell, declaring that being called a legend isn't up to the fans. It's about the respect of the real heavy hitters in the boxing world. Ward stands firm, saying if Crawford's coaches, trainers, and family are at peace with his decision, then all the outside noise means nothing. In the end, what the true insiders think is far more important than what the fans demand.
That I'm him and that I've done enough and everybody's ducking me. That's enough. That's the validation that helps cats sleep good at night.
Yeah.
The validation that yourself, myself, and other people was number one, me. I gotta feel comfortable living with me. I gotta walk around and live with myself and be like, bruh, are you really him? Then it's my people, my coach, my goddaddy, my circle. I gotta look my kids in the face and I want them to know that my daddy the best fighter in the world. The real answer is, what do your peers say about you? How do they feel about you? Because most of the time, unless there's some personal stuff going on, a fighter gonna keep it 100.
Yep.
Fans can say what they want to say. You didn't fight nobody. A fighter will come in and say, you tripping. He fought this guy, that guy, this guy, this guy.
For Andre Ward, Terence Crawford's retirement was the perfect exit. After his fight with Canelo, Crawford had nothing left to prove. Ward slammed Max Kellerman's earlier comments, suggesting Crawford should face David Benavidez or Jaron Boots Ennis, calling it a ridiculous take. He made it crystal clear that Crawford has already done more than enough for the sport of boxing. There's no one else he needs to fight, and no more milestones to reach. Crawford's legacy is already cemented.
I wouldn't be mad if I never see Terence fight again. The way he performed, getting ready to be 38, I think, in a few days. Man, what better way to go out? What better way to tell the game goodbye? What better way? Who you gonna fight? I was arguing with Max on the way to the venue about Boots Ennis. Nah, we don't go fight Canelo and then go back and fight Boots Ennis. I saw a report today, somebody was talking about him going up to light heavyweight. Nah, we don't go up to light heavyweight. We just went up 3 weight classes since the Spence fight and 2 weight classes since the Madrimov fight, my last fight. This is the perfect send-off, Roy.
Stephen A. Smith gets it too. While he respects Terence Crawford's decision to retire, he acknowledges that Crawford's name is still being dragged into endless debates about who he should fight next, much like Floyd Mayweather was throughout his career. Even though a showdown with Canelo would have been the perfect way to cap off Crawford's legacy, the questions aren't fading. The speculation keeps swirling, and the noise surrounding his future only gets louder.
A champion personified, undefeated, spectacular in a lot of different ways. Listen, the bottom line is he's special. Pound for pound, he's the best in the world at this particular moment in time. There is no doubt about it, and he's going out on top. He deserves it. And now it's going to warrant questions. What would he have done as a welterweight? Let's say, for example, if he was going against somebody like a Floyd Money Mayweather, if he was going up against a Sugar Ray Leonard or Tommy the Hitman Hearns and people like that. He's in that conversation where you're asking those questions. Some people would pick him to win. Others would say no because his boxing brilliance is undeniable. And for him to go out and to step up to super middleweight and to beat Saul Canelo Alvarez says a lot about him. The only thing that I would say is that I really, really wish there were 2 fighters that I wished that he had fought. I wish that he had.
Stephen A. Smith isn't shy about his respect for Terence Crawford's retirement, but let's be real. He's still hungry for 2 epic matchups. While he never questions the legitimacy of Crawford stepping away, Smith knows the boxing world isn't ready to let go. The debate rages on, and Smith is all in, calling out 2 fighters he believes truly deserve a shot at Crawford. These are the dream fights that, in his eyes, should have happened before Crawford called it quits. The speculation, the anticipation, it's only building.
That I wish that he had fought. I wish that he had fought the Charlo at the junior middleweight division because obviously they don't like him. They love Errol Spence, and he destroyed Errol Spence. I would have liked to see him fight those guys, one of them anyway. And I definitely think that a guy by the name of Jerron Boots Ennis at the welterweight division, you're going to hear a lot about him in the future. Doggy, Shay, Peter, the reason why people don't hear more about him is because people won't fight him. At some point in time, when you are spectacular, as Jerron Boots Ennis is, you deserve a mega fight.
Stephen A. Smith isn't holding back. There are 2 fights he absolutely wishes we could have seen from Terence Crawford. First up, he craves the showdown with Charlo in the junior middleweight division. The tension's real. Charlo and his camp clearly can't stand Crawford. And we all saw how Crawford obliterated Errol Spence. Smith is fired up, saying this was a fight that should have happened. But the one he's really buzzing about? Jerron Boots Ennis at welterweight. Smith promises you'll be hearing a lot about Boots in the near future. And the only reason we're not hearing more now is because nobody will fight him. Smith makes it clear, when you're as spectacular as Boots, you deserve that mega fight, and Crawford would have been the perfect opponent to make it legendary.
Promoters have hijacked boxing, and as a result, they deny us the opportunity to see these great guys in mega fights, and it's a damn shame. That's why Jake Paul is so relevant, because he's found a way to bypass promoters and make money in the boxing rings instead of being a prisoner to the promoters. Even though he didn't fight anybody, he's about to fight Anthony Joshua, and we'll see what happens with that. Anthony Joshua should knock him into tomorrow because he's the bigger fighter with incredible power, but he's got a glass jaw. So if Jake Paul catches him, who knows? But we want to see the fights that we want to see when we want to see them. And boxing doesn't give us that. And 2 people who have suffered the most is Jerron Boots Ennis and David Bennett.
Stephen A. Smith is calling out boxing promoters, saying they've hijacked the sport and blocked the epic matchups fans really want to see. He points to Terence Crawford's retirement, especially with him being stripped of a title, and raises serious questions about boxing's legitimacy. Smith even suggests that someone like Dana White, who's known for making the fights fans demand, could be part of the solution. While Smith respects Crawford's right to retire, He's fired up about why it happened when fighters like David Benavidez and Jaron Boots Ennis, who deserve their shot, are left moving through weight classes with no chance at the big stage. It's a shame, he says, and a glaring sign of just how broken boxing's structure really is. StephenASmith isn't holding back when it comes to Terence Crawford's retirement. He believes the real blame lies with the promoters, who've been frustrating fans by failing to deliver the matchups everyone has been begging for. Smith makes it clear Crawford is above these promoters and, unlike others in the sport, he never cheated. Smith applauds Crawford for giving fans a legendary career, and most importantly, for walking away on a high note with that spectacular final performance.
But that's not Terence Crawford's fault. He's taken on all comers, and he's taken all of them out. He is spectacular. He's the best pound for pound. He's been a tribute and a testament to the sport of boxing, and he should be not just applauded, not just celebrated, but revered, because he's that special. My props to him if indeed this is it and we'll never see him fighting again. Thank you for all you've done for boxing, Terence Crawford, because he never cheated.
Then there's the notorious Jake Paul, who has a bold take on Crawford's retirement. Paul calls the whole situation cap and goes even further, claiming he's 100% ready to step into the ring with Crawford. In fact, Paul suggests it's already a done deal for next year, with fans set to see the fight go down. Until then, he insists Crawford isn't really retired. He's just playing the game.
I think it's cap. I don't think he's actually retiring, but it's a smart move by him.
Are you going to pull him out of retirement and you're going to face Terence Bud Crawford?
I'll fight Crawford 100% next year. He already was down this year, but we're going to make it happen next year.
Amid all the debates, Amir Khan takes a moment to reflect on Terence Crawford's legacy with nothing but respect. Khan recalls how Crawford showed up fully prepared for their fight, always maintaining a level of respect for everyone outside the ring. To Khan, Crawford's not just a fighter. He's someone with a unique character that sets him apart, even from the likes of Floyd Mayweather. Khan believes Crawford's legacy will live on, remembered as a true legend in the sport, now and forever.
Colorado Springs, yeah. And he came just to train with me and to help me and support me. You know what I mean? That's what you call a champion, that respects other people as well, other champions. And that's one thing about Terence Crawford. He's always respected all the champions, all his peers, all his partners, all his gym mates. And he's going to be missed. Great legend of a guy. Not only what he did, what he's like in the ring. People know how good he is in the ring, but what he's like outside the ring is more humbling. There's a big difference between him and Mayweather. There's a big difference between him and the other fighters I've been around. Terence is a lovely guy who is very...
Crawford's retirement has undoubtedly left a void in the boxing world, sparking debates about his place in the sport's history. Kieran Hickey Simple has raised questions about Crawford's claim to being one of the greatest, especially when comparing him to Floyd Mayweather. He argues that Mayweather's legacy is stronger because, once he became a major draw, he never stepped away too soon. According to Hickey, part of the reason Floyd is considered greater than Crawford is because Crawford never had the same big opportunities that Mayweather had throughout his career.
I can't say with certainty that Floyd Mayweather is greater than Terence Crawford. I can't. Terence Crawford never got the opportunity to prove his greatness as much as Floyd Mayweather did because he was never the draw that Mayweather was. Everyone wanted that Mayweather fight, whether they thought they were going to win or they were going to lose, regardless, just because they knew the payday was going to change their life. Floyd Mayweather got an opportunity to defend his belt, or to fight as many world champions as any boxer in history, which is why a lot of people see him as the greatest.
Retiring with a flawless 42-0 record, Terence Crawford remains a true legend of this era. Kieran Hickey Simple recognizes that Crawford may have missed out on some opportunities that could have elevated his legacy even further, mentioning instances where some opponents avoided him. While Hickey still places Floyd Mayweather at the pinnacle of greatness, he acknowledges that Crawford's dominance could rival or even surpass Mayweather's. He points out that Crawford's undefeated record, never losing a single round on the scorecards throughout his entire career, is a feat even more impressive than Floyd's, cementing his place as one of the greatest.
Terence Crawford was ducked at 135. He was ducked at 140. He was ducked at 147. Then after leaving 147, he beats Canelo. Now he's the man. He finally got to, I'm the #1 draw in boxing status. and he never fought. If this retirement stays, he'll never fight again afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough because at 38 years old, that's when he reached that peak. If he fought for another 3 years, maybe we could have that conversation, and I think it'd be undisputed. I do think, though, Terence Crawford's dominance, it's right up there. It's just as impressive as Floyd Mayweather. And as a matter of fact, it might even be more impressive. Terence Crawford in those 42 fights didn't lose on a single person scorecard his entire.
Throughout his entire career, Terence Crawford has never had a draw. Every single fight ended with him dominating and securing a clear victory, making his undefeated record even more legendary. While Kieran Hickey Simple still respects Floyd Mayweather's greatness, he firmly believes that if Crawford and Mayweather ever faced off, Crawford would be the one to push Mayweather to his limits. With the way Crawford has consistently destroyed every opponent he's ever faced, Hickey is confident that Crawford would give Mayweather the toughest fight of his career and possibly even shock the world.
There was no split decisions. It was either I won by a unanimous decision or I stopped you. Or I stopped you. It's bringing up Floyd is tough. I think if there was a match between the two, this is the guy that would give him the toughest battle. A dude that could. Taking Bud.
Yeah, you have to.
I'm taking Bud.
You have to?
I'm taking Bud. Look, let me tell you why. Terence Crawford, even though Floyd, the most amazing defensive fighter we've ever seen, Bud, whenever it mattered most, went out there and nearly stopped some of the best fighters, or did stop some of the best fighters that he.
In the midst of all the buzz, Max Kellerman's reaction is nothing short of electric. He calls Terence Crawford's decision to retire at the absolute peak of his career genius. Kellerman points out that while many fighters retire, few ever do it like Crawford, leaving the ring with a perfect record, at the top of his game. The only name he dares to compare Crawford to is Andre Ward, the only other fighter with the wisdom to walk away at the height of their powers. Kellerman makes it crystal clear: when you've reached the pinnacle, you leave room for the next generation. And that's exactly what Crawford did, retiring while still untouchable, his legacy solidified forever. This is the ultimate mic drop in boxing.
Has done it quite like Terence Crawford, because Lennox Lewis, Andre Ward walked away on top after beating Kovalev. Maybe Andre came closest to doing what Crawford just did, if he doesn't come back, and if Crawford stays retired. But Lennox really struggled with Vitaly Klitschko. And he looked at Vladimir Klitschko and thought, I think I can do it. I believe I can do it if I make myself get into that level of shape. I don't want to do that anymore. You know, like an American football player who says, I just don't want to run through that brick wall anymore. But the question really is, can you still do that if you think you don't want to anymore? So a wise man says, I don't want to find out. I'm going to retire.
Max Kellerman doesn't just applaud Crawford for retiring at the top. He hails him for doing it on his own terms. Kellerman points out that throughout his entire career, Crawford never needed flashy stunts or media gimmicks to prove his greatness. In an era when boxing was more about marketing, rankings, and collecting titles, Crawford stood apart. He wasn't chasing headlines. He was chasing dominance, focusing solely on obliterating his opponents, earning victory with every fight. While others played the boxing game, Crawford played by his own rules, staying true to the sport and earning the respect of everyone in it. His legacy isn't just about wins. It's about leaving an undeniable mark on the sport, proving that true greatness doesn't need to be manufactured. It speaks for itself.
To be arrogant, or to clown, or to be kind of a big, colorful personality. And there was a sense in boxing back then that, well, Bronner is going to be a star, and no matter how good Crawford is, people may never know it because he's so dangerous. Who would want to fight him? And if he doesn't start making a ruckus outside of the ring, then he won't generate enough interest to generate the kind of attention and therefore money it would take to get opponents in the ring with him. And Crawford, I talked to him about that then when he was a lightweight, 12, 13 years ago, whatever that was. And his answer was, I'm me. I'm just going to do what I do.
As the comparisons between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford heat up, Max Kellerman steps in with his explosive take on who might have done it better. Analyzing both fighter styles, Kellerman argues that Crawford, with his high ring IQ, would have found a way to land a decisive punch on Mayweather, something Floyd never truly faced in his career. He even goes as far as to say Crawford is a better finisher than Mayweather. While this debate will rage on forever, Kellerman emphasizes that Crawford's decision to retire undefeated at 42-0 commands nothing but respect. Unlike Mayweather, who returned for exhibition matches, Crawford's retirement is on his own terms, and Kellerman suggests he should stay retired, leaving the sport with his legacy intact and untouchable.
He competed in overlapping eras, and Crawford obviously was more of an offensive fighter and Floyd more of a defensive fighter, but Floyd had a tremendous offense and Crawford had very good defense. I think when people look at that, they'll say, well, Floyd was faster. Floyd had a better defense. Floyd made fewer mistakes. But Crawford's boxing IQ was just as high as Floyd's, and he was a better puncher and finisher than Floyd. So, that's the kind of fight I think when people analyze, Floyd might be outboxing him but Crawford's going to figure some stuff out. And eventually he's going to hit Mayweather with something and hurt him. And when he does, he's going to finish him.
Despite all the noise, debates, and criticisms, one thing is crystal clear. Terence Crawford may have hung up his gloves, but his legacy in boxing will never retire. This is his statement to the world. With absolutely nothing left to prove, his perfect record shines brighter than ever, etched forever in the annals of boxing history. His dominance, his unmatched greatness, stands as a monument to everything he's accomplished. Crawford will be remembered as the mastermind with a razor-sharp boxing IQ, footwork that left opponents in the dust, and that unbeaten record, a feat that no one, not even Floyd Mayweather, can match. His impact on the sport? Unrivaled. His place in history? Untouchable. Crawford didn't just fight. He redefined what it means to be a legend.
Terence Crawford calls time on competition. Undefeated, on top, and on his own terms. The greatest switch hitter of all time. First undisputed male champion in the 4-belt era. First two-weight undisputed male champion in the 4-belt era. First, and currently only, 3-weight undisputed male champion in the 4-belt era. And he is the only man in the history of boxing to have won a Ring magazine belt in 4 separate weight divisions. For those that don't know, to compete for a Ring magazine belt, you must be ranked number 1 or number 2 in your respective weight division. They do not give these out like sweet.
Terence Crawford is unmatched in boxing history, standing alone as the only fighter to hold the prestigious Ring magazine title in 4 divisions. He joins the elite company of Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather Jr. as one of the few to become a 4-division lineal champion. This remarkable achievement cements his place among the greatest of all time, forever etching his name in boxing's Hall of Fame. Crawford's legacy isn't just a career, it's a monument to greatness, setting a standard that will be nearly impossible to surpass.
Like the alphabet sanctioning bodies. He has done that in 4 separate divisions, from 135 pounds up to 168. Numbers do not lie. We witnessed an all-time great.
In the powerful words of Teddy Atlas, it's been an absolute privilege to witness Terence Crawford's spectacular career, and a true blessing to see him walk away from the sport on top as a champion. Atlas has always called Crawford a fighter with rare, almost one-of-a-kind abilities, and his final fight against Canelo was a masterclass in boxing brilliance. Crawford's legacy is undeniable. There will only ever be one Terence Crawford. He set a standard of excellence that's impossible to match, securing his place as one of the greatest to ever step into the ring.
You have that or you don't have that ingredient. I think he has it.
As Teddy Atlas would always say, Canelo was looking to be friends, and Crawford is not looking to be friends.
I think Crawford is...
Beyond all the heated debates about who's truly the best and what went down during Crawford's legendary career, one thing is undeniable. Terence Crawford and his unstoppable journey will be etched in boxing history forever. His refusal to be bowed by promoters, and even his final clash with the WBC may have left fans stunned. but this was the move of a champion who remains on top. A true GOAT in every sense of the word. Stephen A. Smith has spoken loud and clear about the issues boxing faces, and it's a wake-up call for the changes that need to happen right now. This is just the beginning. Cherish every moment of living through the Crawford era, because we may never see anything like it again. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear your voice. If you loved this video, share it with a Crawford fan and hit that subscribe button for more electrifying stories from the boxing world. Don't miss out. This is Fighters Arena Pro. See you next time.